Hi there. Today we are going to make quick pickled onions. Now you can use this recipe to quick pickle anything. Today we're doing onions because it's a great thing to have in the fridge. Now I want to talk just for a sec about the difference between a quick pickle and another pickle. So, got myself in a pickle? No?
That's so lame.
That's lame.
Even by my standards, that's pretty lame.
Wow, I feel bad. Anyway, so
Get over it.
quick pickles are not fermented pickles. Fermented pickles are like the kimchi that I made. I have a video for that, or kind of like the fermented lemons. Those are fermented pickles, and those ones are really healthy, but they also take a long time. And if you're in a situation where, say you suddenly decide you're gonna have tacos for dinner tonight, and I'm talking about tacos here like the kind you get in Mexico, a couple of very small corn tortillas, a little bit of pork or vegetable, a little shaved cabbage, and some pickled onions. You only need an hour to make these kinds of pickles, whereas fermented pickles take days, even weeks potentially, to make. So that's why I just wanted to show you how to do this. It is incredibly easy, and like I said, you can use it with cucumbers, you can use it with lots of other things that you want to pickle. Just keep in mind that this is a vinegar base, not just a salt base. It's a little bit sour and sweet at the same time, and it doesn't have the same probiotics that a fermented product does. So all we need is, we've got some sliced red onion here, and all I did was I peeled it and I cut it in half and then sliced the halves into these half rounds.
In other words, you cut it properly.
Sure. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the onion, and all the amounts, FYI, for this will always be down in the notes below. So if I neglect to mention the amounts when I'm talking, that's fine. It's no big deal because it'll all be there. Now this was 2 very small red onions that I cut up, which is more like 1 medium probably. And you can see this is a 500 ml jar. You can see sort of how much it fills, but it doesn't really matter. You could do half of this, no big deal. Then I've got warm tap water, and I'm going to put some kosher salt and some sugar. Like I said, measurements in the notes below. And just give that a stir. What you're going for is dissolving the granules of both the salt and sugar. It doesn't have to 100% be dissolved. It will ultimately get dissolved as it sits. And the warm water just helps it dissolve a little bit quicker. That is fine. Just make sure you get it all in. Oops. Then I want to put, this is apple cider vinegar. You can use white vinegar, you can use whatever vinegar you have. This has what looks like sludge on the bottom because apple cider vinegar has what's called the mother in it, because it is fermented. And so that's what that is in there. I'm just making sure that's all. So you've got water, vinegar, salt, sugar.
The classic combination for a pickle.
And you just pour it over, smush them down. Try to get as much down as you can, but because we're not leaving this out for days fermenting, I don't need one of those little pickle pebbles that I used in the other. You laugh every time I say pickle pebble. Cool. So leave this for a minimum of an hour on the counter. If you're not going to eat it today, you can put it in the fridge and use it tomorrow. The longer it sits in the fridge up until a certain time, the better off it is. You'll notice that the liquid goes pink, and that the red onions also lose some of their purplish color. Red onions are purple, strange but true, and become a little more pink as well. The white part becomes pink.
But the basic brine though is you can add other flavorings to it ultimately if you want to for other kinds of pickle too.
You
right?
absolutely can. So you could throw in here a couple of chili peppers, dried or fresh, with a sliced. You could put some coriander seeds in here.
Classic pickling spice.
Yeah, any of that if you want. But right now, because what I want to do is be able to use this on a variety of things. Like I said, it's great on tacos. Also really good for sandwiches, topping a salad, like a kale salad.
Greek salad, actually.
Greek salad is good too, yeah, because it takes the bite out of the onion. It's not nearly as strong and coming back on you the way raw onions sometimes can, right? So we're just going to leave this sit. You can, if you want to, periodically do that just to make sure it stays all mixed up, but I think it doesn't really need that. And in terms of how long it's going to last in the fridge, well, they don't last very long around here because we eat them. The vinegar, the salt, the sugar, all are preservatives, so it'll last fairly well in the fridge. But they become softer instead of crunchy. And so maybe after 10 days, they might be softer than you want them to be, but maybe not. Keep eating them anyway, because they're not bad. Anyway, there you go. Quick pickles, real food.